Howdy guys, it's Joe here, and today I want to talk to you guys about how you can get yourself Master in Overwatch Season 4. Now, to begin, I'm going to say that Season 4 is really quite similar to Season 3, so if you could get to Masters in Season 3, you should be doing fine to getting it into Season 4, but there are a few different things that I want to talk about just a little bit, and just some overall tips that maybe can help you get yourself up just a tiny bit all the way into that Season 4 Masters tier. Now, this can be helping you from Diamond, from Bronze, from Silver, really anywhere where you're starting at, so don't feel alienated if you're watching this video. Just try to follow some of the tips, and you can hopefully bring yourself up there fully after a certain amount of time. It will take a while, it will take a lot of effort, but you'll be able to reach your goal, which is a pretty cool thing. With that said, though, let's just get straight onto the tips, and I just have a list of these, so just kind of get those ready in your mind. So, first off, the thing that really only applies to Season 4 so far is the fact that it kind of actually matters when you want to actually start playing to rank up right now, if you really care about where you end at the end of the season. I know a lot of people have big problems with playing 7 times every single week. I know sometimes that might seem like, that's not much time, but to some other people, it feels like a lot. So if you're a player that feels like, I probably can't play 7 times a week, and you're kind of afraid of elo decay, you might just want to wait until the month before the season ends, and then grind a ton of games right there. That's how I personally like to do it in a lot of situations. I like to put in a lot of effort in a small amount of time, which can be a little bit more stressful, but I feel like you improve a little bit faster, and then once you get all through that, you won't really have to worry as much about your elo decaying. At the same time, if you're someone that's a little bit afraid of having to try to grind that fast, you can quite easily start at the beginning of the season, or if you've already started, just continue from there. Just put in a lot of games every single week and try to play maybe at least 14 games a week, practice as much as you can, and just go from there. Those are really just kind of the 2 different ways that you can rank up, really in general, and especially once you're trying to get to Masters and you get that elo decay, just kind of think in your mind, which type of way do I want to play, and which type of way do I want to try to get up there with? Slow grind or fast push, but a little bit more stress. As well, some other stuff about Season 4. Of course, one thing that you should probably always be doing if you want to rank up as fast as thinking possible is to pick the current OP heroes. Pick the current best heroes and pick the current heroes that are just having the highest win rates that a lot of people are doing really great with. That could be like Soldier, Bastion, Reinhardt, Roadhog, a lot of these other heroes that are doing really great. That's just if you want to get it as fast as possible, if you don't really care what hero you're using in order to get up there, and if you just want to get the rank. Of course, if you do want to play an exact hero to get up there, I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, that is perfectly fine, but if you just want the rank as fast as possible, go look up on Master Overwatch, Overwatch.gg, any of those different websites, and just kind of learn what's the best right now, and maybe pick off that, watch some guides on that, and just continue from there. You should really be winning a lot of games. Now, another thing about heroes, though, that I do want to remind you guys about, don't be so afraid about future hero changes, future hero buffs, or future hero nerfs. I feel like a lot of people have huge problems with this. For example, let's say that you are thinking about playing Soldier. You really like Soldier, he's really good in the meta right now, and you kind of want to play him. But on the PTR horizon, you see that, well, there seems to be a nerf that might be coming out in like a month. So I don't really want to put in the effort because, in a month he won't be very playable. And I'd say, don't really do that. Just go with the character that you want to play right now. And, of course, carry yourself up while they're still good. Of course, a lot of the time, also, even after they're nerfed, they're still very strong. Not every time, but a lot of the time. And I just say, just go in with those people that you want to be playing. Especially, in this case, Lucio, right now, has a pretty big buff nerf coming in that we can't really tell how strong it's going to be. And you might be a person that's like, I want to play Lucio right now, but I'm not sure if I want to put in the effort because it might just go away in the future. I'd say just put it in right now. Learn how he is fun to play, and just kind of climb the best you can with this, and then maybe learn his new playstyle, and if you don't like his new playstyle, just switch later. When you pick a character that you want to play, I want you to remember this, you are not stuck to that character for the rest of your life. You can switch at any point, and you can take a lot of the stuff that you learn from one character and bring it to another one. Maybe not everything, but quite a bit of knowledge, so just keep that in mind, and don't be too worried about picking a hero that might be getting changed in the near future or in the far future. And speaking just a little bit more about heroes in this game, I'm also going to tell you guys one thing that I feel like has helped me a lot in this current season, and of course with my Smurf and with some other stuff as well. And that is, logging on, pressing competitive, getting on that hero screen, and insta-locking the hero that I want to play. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, what the heck, you shouldn't insta-lock, you're going to piss off your team, it's going to be horrible. This is what I'm going to say. Insta-lock the hero you want to play, see if the team comp fits your hero. If it does, you're completely golden. You're good. You can just play from there with the hero that you're good at. While if it doesn't, you can switch off your hero to someone else that maybe supplies the team with a little bit better of a team comp and just kind of go from there instead. I'd say that overall this is a much better method than what a lot of people do, which is logging onto that game, getting onto that hero screen, and waiting for the team to fully pick a team, and then you picking as the last pick. I'd really say that it's really good to instalock a hero and then switch later, simply for the fact that it will increase the amount of times that you will be able to play the hero that you're good at, while it also gives you a lot of times where, you can fill with the team. Overall, it just gets you your hero more often, while it doesn't completely wreck your team comp, so just go for that. Be really fluid, but be a little bit adamant and try to get who you're good at, as you're going to be doing a lot better with that character, obviously, just because you're a lot better with them. At least this is what I've been doing exactly in this season. It's really been helping me get my character a lot. At the same time, don't be like, I need this character every single game. Do be willing to switch it up and be willing to fit your team comp. Just if it does work, you just go with it. And now to some more stuff about your team. Of course, you want to have synergy with your team. And a really nice thing that you can do is that if you get into a game and if you have really, really good synergy with your team or just with one teammate, you're talking a lot in chat, you're really helping each other out. Instead of just, ending the game and just going on to your next game with a random new team and hoping that maybe they're going to be on your team, talk to them and ask, hey, do you want a duo? Do you want to play a few games? Do you want to continue from here? And there's really no downside. Of course, a lot of people hate rejection. I hate rejection. Everybody hates being rejected, being like, that guy didn't want me to play with him. But at the same time, it even maybe 1 out of every 12 times somebody said yes, that would be really great because you'd have a duo partner to play a few games with. Overall, playing with other players and being able to have a duo with people that you have communication with, maybe a good team comp with, anything like that, or at least someone that you know that maybe won't troll every single game, that increases your chances of winning the next game, even by just a little bit. So just being out there, trying your best, and even though a lot of people are very introverted and do have a problem with this, just trying your best and trying to maybe get some games with other people like this, it can really help your game a lot and can help you find a lot of people to have fun with and to also climb yourself with. And also, don't be afraid if this person doesn't want to play in the future sometimes. Maybe you could just play 4 or 5 games together and you never talk again. That's completely okay. Just try to help yourself, help them, and just kind of go from there. You feel like that really can help you, especially when you're trying to climb higher and higher and higher. You get kind of stuck just because your team comps aren't always working. This can help your team comps quite a bit. Now, for some more stuff about team comps, I'm going to say that if you are forced to play support, or if you are forced to play tank while you are a DPS character, or a DPS main I should say, don't be afraid to try to carry with these heroes. And even if you are a tank character, or a tank main and a support main, don't be afraid to try to carry with them as well. I feel like a lot of people kind of underestimate the strength of support characters and the strength of, tank characters. Especially tanks. They have a lot of burst, Roadhog and of course Reinhardt, and they can just do a lot of overall high DPS. Of course, you could just be shielding and that's all you do, but getting a nice mix and knowing exactly when to engage and going with stuff like that, it can win you a lot of games. So just don't be way too afraid of these characters and try to carry the best that you possibly can in any way that you think that you can maybe help your team out with, because you're just going to be a lot more high impact. Just don't be kind of like AFK in your mind, just like, I have to play this support character, I hate support. Think what you maybe can do, and then think about the next game when you can play the hero you like to play, and just kind of continue from there. Now, another thing that I'd also like to remind you guys of is the simple fact that the average player will have a 50-50 win rate. They're going to win half their games, and they're going to lose half your games. So what I'm going to say to you guys is try your best to not get tilted on your losses. I feel like a lot of the times when people give, 2 wins, 2 losses, they feel like they didn't accomplish much. But, they're doing average actually. Of course, if you do 3 wins and 2 losses, that's pretty dang good. A lot of people kind of think to themselves, I have to win game after game after game after game, or else I am never going to climb, never going to go up anywhere. That's not always necessarily true. A lot of the times, you just kind of get to climb a little bit, just how the elo system is, just with more games that you play. That's just kind of how Overwatch works. So even if you get 2-2 every single game forever, sometimes you're going to eventually climb. And even if you don't, well, at least you're still playing pretty well. You really shouldn't tilt at yourself, and the most important thing is to try to make yourself not tilt. As if you finally start tilting, on a 50-50 win-loss ratio, your win-loss ratio is going to become a lot worse. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just have problems with losing games. You're going to have to lose a lot of them if you want to win a lot of them, so just kind of keep that in mind. Of course, when you have to spam a ton of games to get all the way to Masters, that is especially important to keep in mind. And finally, to finish off with a final tip, which is kind of continuing off what I said earlier about playing meta characters. If you don't like playing any meta characters, or if you have one exact character that you do want to play that isn't meta and you're kind of afraid about playing them, I'm just going to tell you guys straight up, play the character that you want to play. Of course, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Your games are going to be harder. Your games are going to be just more difficult to carry with. You're not going to be as useful to your team all the time until you get a lot better with your character. Your skill's going to have to be quite a big nudge above everybody else that's playing meta heroes. But at the same time, if you are playing someone that you love, you should be able to put in a lot more time than the people that are playing meta heroes. Of course, if they love meta heroes, that's good for them. But, you know, if you're playing someone that you just really do enjoy playing, and you're playing a lot of competitive with them, you're going to put in a lot more time with that hero than you would with someone that is just meta that you don't really care about, that you just want to climb with. Of course, it does really just depend on what you're willing to take, what you're willing to give and take, and if you really just only care about your rank, you probably shouldn't be playing someone that isn't 100% meta. But if you just want to kind of get better at the game with the characters that you want to get better at, don't be afraid to do it, and don't be afraid to pull them into your games, to try to learn them and try to play really well as them, and just kind of go on from there. I played Dr. Mario in Melee quite a bit, so you can just kind of take that with a grain of salt. You know, you can play whoever you really want to and still do decently enough. Anyways, as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to tell me down below. Leave a like if you want to see any future videos like this as well. Comment down below if you really learned anything, or if you have any other tips you can give some friends about getting to Masters if you have ever gotten to Masters. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the tips. And as always, have a wonderful day.